Yes, I know it's Charlotte week, but what if I ask Clint a question about a different team?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel, FanDuel.com. More on FanDuel in a moment. We are the number one location for everything Georgia, the best insight, the number one podcasting network for your team right here on Locked On. Today, just like Daniel said, we get it. It's Charlotte's week. You're thinking to yourself, what can we actually gain from this? Well, I'll tell you a couple things that we can just gain straight out of the bat. And we're talking about this during Don't Sleep On and all the rest of it. Get healthy, take care of business, get some reps. Let's get to G-Tech. I get it. I want a 1-point win. If we don't cover the spread, hold on. I will not care one bit. Not one. But
Not
there are
at all.
important things for this week that we can extrapolate, because as we look to the playoff, because we're pinned into the playoffs, we'll be looking at that. Daniel,
Yeah.
let's talk about the first number you have. You said you're going to ask me a question about another team.
That's right. I am, because this is a question I have been wanting to ask you all week, and it just hasn't. We haven't had time for it to come up on the pod as of yet.
Okay.
But I have found a line. Okay. And I will I will tell you the number that I want to speak about is 12.5
point spread for
that.
A&M and Texas.
No, that is the point spread for your Georgia Bulldogs against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets next
12.5
Friday on Black
We're favored
Friday
by 12.5
at
on
Mercedes-Benz. We are favored by 12.5 points. And my simple question to you in this segment is,
Okay.
are you going to lay them? How are you feeling about this matchup? We've been nervous about this matchup all year. We have long since said on this podcast that we think Georgia Tech is a good team, that we think Haynes King is a good quarterback, that we think Buster Faulkner is a good coordinator, that we think Tech runs a good system, that we think Tech is a formidable opponent, which means anyone with half a brain, Clint, would take those 12.5 points. Are you going to take those 12.5 points next Friday, day after Thanksgiving, fat as the day is long, watching this game in Mercedes-Benz?
First of all, stay for the loyal third segment. We're going to talk about things over Thanksgiving, and it's going to get off the rails in a hurry, but I digress. Let me tell you why in favor of laying, and then why in favor of not laying, and I'll tell you where I stand. In favor of laying, it will be likely. Daniel thinks this is not the case. This is where I'm coming from. He disagrees with what I'm about to say. It will be Georgia's last chance before the playoff to get right. I'm not saying we should want that or not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's what I hope for. I think Texas A&M takes care of business against Texas and is in the SEC championship against Alabama. That's my prediction. Come back to me next week, by the way, because things could have gotten drastically different. But listen, right now, that's where I'm at. Okay. Georgia will have one opportunity to go ahead and take care of business on the field before they lock up a 3 or a 4 seed, depending on how everything works out, and get a bye in the first round. And if that's the case, you want to say Kirby Smart knows that he wants to go into the playoff thinking high, feeling good, going gangbusters. In that case, I don't care about any point spread. Kirby's going to break them, just like he did against Sarkisian, who had to win to stay in the playoff. Had to win. Didn't, out of the playoff. Just like that. Okay, that's 4. Against, 2 simple words. Brent Key. Brent Key. I have determined in my life, before this weird circumstance of maybe being the last game before playoff, that Brent Key, I would never lay the points against Georgia Tech because Brent Key hates Kirby Smart in Georgia that much that he would lose every game except for that. And if he could, he would forfeit every game if it gave him a guaranteed win against Georgia.
He would.
That kind of animosity, that kind of desire is hard to beat. Haynes King looking very good this year. I'm not trying to distract from him at all. People who are trying to compare, like, that's a good quarterback, a good running game, a good offense. That defense is bookie bad.
It's really
like one of the worst. Here's where I land after saying all that. Ain't a dang chance I'm laying the points against Georgia Tech, Daniel. Not a chance. 12.5, too many daggum points. If it was closer to 7.5, 8, maybe I could see it be a one possession game late, 7.5, 6.5, somewhere in there, and Georgia is ahead, and Georgia Tech has to go ahead and get a drive together to win, and Georgia holds them. I could see that, but 12.5, no. What say you? Am I stupid? Where would you land on this?
Everybody lean in. I don't want to have to speak too loudly here. Clint.
Yeah.
You coward. We're laying the points.
Ooh.
Okay. Let me explain to you why Brent Key took Georgia to 7 overtimes last year. It's not because Brent Key hates Georgia with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Which he does.
It's because Georgia couldn't stop the run last year.
Very true.
Hey, Clint. Can Georgia stop the run this year?
Without prejudice, they are one of the better teams at stopping the run.
Yeah. So, this offense against the Georgia Tech defense. Okay. All right. And then you factor in Georgia taking away the thing that Georgia Tech does. I'm not saying they're going to completely eliminate the Georgia Tech ground game. They're going to find a way to manufacture yards. But there's going to be a lot of obvious passing situations for Haynes King. That's not where he wants to be. That's not where Buster Faulkner wants him to be. And then you factor in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the home field advantage that Georgia's going to have in this game. I'm going to lay them, Clint. I don't think it's enough. I think anything less than 2 touchdowns, I'm laying. I'm laying with Georgia Tech. I would say hold off.
You think that's
because if Georgia Tech beats Pittsburgh this weekend, that's a big that's a big matchup in the ACC. ACC title implications on the line. Like it's a legitimate college football playoff. That game is more important to Georgia Tech than the Georgia game by 10 miles. If any, 100%. Like to anyone who has a brain, a half a brain cell, that game is more important because what Georgia Tech needs to do is make the ACC title game, which they still have a chance to do. In order to do that, they need to beat Pittsburgh on Saturday. If they beat Pittsburgh, who is still at least if not a ranked team in every poll, at least a well thought of opponent, you might see that point spread creep down closer to 10.
You may.
So I would wait on that, but I'm going to lay them. I'm just spoiler alert for I cannot wait till the Locks episode on the Thanksgiving weekend. Guys, it's the best time of the year, and I don't care if it's the first segment. I'm going to come out with a haymaker early. Feast week is here. The Dogs are in Charleston, and we've got Thanksgiving rivalry week in college football. There's so much great happening this time of year. It's a good thing we're not drooling all over ourselves trying to hire a head coach. We're actually playing meaningful football games. So that's unusual for this conference and for group chats involving fans of teams in this conference. It's unusual to talk about football.
I don't know what the journalistic integrity is for divulging text messages.
It's not great.
Screenshots, but I'm going to let you know right now.
I don't know what the journalistic integrity is for the content of said text messages. I'll tell you that.
Just so you know, I got some ammo to be out to the masses. Okay.
Yikes.
We're going to come back after this. I'm going to give Daniel 2 numbers and see if he can guess what I'm talking about. See if you can guess it along with us. But first, these. And these, ladies and gentlemen, are in fact FanDuel. FanDuel is fantastic. Right now, get on over to FanDuel because the NBA season is back. Official betting partner of the NBA is FanDuel. Don't worry if you miss the start of a game. FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, combine live bets in the same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Keeps getting more exciting, especially when your team's making a late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. FanDuel.com, sign up, play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Daniel,
Yes.
I am dead serious. I might have just a flurry after the Egg Bowl. I might just
No. We might be firing them off.
I might be just firing off a chain succession. Now, Locked On host, don't worry. There's only like 2 of y'all I'm coming for. Not the vast majority. 2 of
No, it wouldn't be everybody.
No.
I mean, some of those guys like Marlowe, they got enough problems going on in just their real life.
I'm not
just their real life. You
Marlowe's
don't want to add to that.
No,
You're just
not a chance.
Man's
okay,
just trying
Daniel,
to get by.
He is just trying to get by. Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 2 numbers.
All right. I'm ready. Math is fun.
68.8.
Okay.
94.4. 68.8. 94.4.
There's no way that in the second segment that you're sneaking in basketball conversation, but it sounds like basketball average points per game. Is what it sounds like.
Okay,
but
first of all,
there's no way you would do it.
I'm not a heathen. I'm a sensible man that's talking football as we're making a playoff push now. Come back to me in a couple weeks. It might be a different
Also,
story.
Georgia's average points per game is a higher than 94.4.
So there's that. I'd be wrong.
There's that.
Okay.
Oh, man, I've been waiting for this Georgia basketball team my whole life.
68.8.
68.8, 94.4.
Correct.
I'm going to say that these are yards per game numbers.
Nope.
I'm going to say that these are percentages of some kind.
Nope.
Out of 100 QBRs.
QBRs. You're
That's
correct.
a percentage. Okay, it's out of 100, so it's a percentage. All right.
Okay.
That's fine. So these are QBRs. 94.4. That can't possibly be Gunnar Stockton's QBR.
That is Gunnar Stockton's QBR in one game that he recently played against a elite top of the SEC defense.
Not one of the best defenses in the SEC.
Correct.
No. 94.4 out of 100, by the way.
Correct.
Okay. So, wowzers. And
68.8.
That can't be Arch Manning's QBR in the same game.
Well, I just want to tell you, it's not Arch Manning's QBR in the same game. I will tell you Arch Manning's numbers from these 2 games I'm talking about, though. Maybe give you a little hint. Arch Manning against Georgia, 59.7. Arch Manning against another team, 60.2. Oddly similar numbers. 59-60, essentially just the same thing. That was Arch's number against Georgia and another team.
I don't know who this other team is. Who is this other team?
It was the Ohio State Buckeyes, who Julian Saying had a 68.8 QBR against the formidable Texas defense at home. The stat line, 13 of 20 for 126 for 1 tud. Gunnar Stockton, conversely, 7.9 is what he averaged. 24 of 29. 24 of 29 for 229 and 4 touchdowns. That's not to include the 6 carries for 29 yards and another tud.
Yeah, that's 5 touchdowns. If for those of you counting at home, 4 + 1 is 5.
I'm just here to say.
Yes, go ahead.
We can talk best quarterback in the nation. I like looking at games and looking at, again, a team at home. Georgia was at home against a top SEC opponent.
Yes.
The same defense. And actually, we got a better version of Texas's defense than Ohio State got.
Yeah. To be fair, it's Julian Saint's first ever college game. So to be fair,
to be fair,
fair and balanced on both sides.
Gunnar Stockton had one game under his belt.
Yeah, but it was
More.
the first game of the season. I'm saying when Julian Saint played Texas, it was
First
the
game
first.
of the
It was
season.
his first ever
Yes,
college game.
yes,
This was
that's-
Gunnar Stockton's 11th college game.
I understand. I understand all of that. Context is, but what I'm trying to tell you is like for like, Gunnar Stockton was dealing in such a fashion that Julian can only dream of doing against the better defenses in the nation.
Do you know who can't run the ball?
Tell the people.
It's Ohio State.
Yeah.
And Alabama.
Oh no.
Do you know who can run the ball?
Oh wait.
It's us. It's us. We're the
Now,
ones.
Daniel, help remind me. The last 4 champions in college football.
Yeah.
What were they notably good at? Like exceptionally good at?
Well, they had to be good at running the ball because they carried their lame quarterbacks who never did anything and, weren't really that good with their running game and defense. No, you've got to be able to run the ball in order to win championships. You got to be able to play elite defense. Earlier in the year, Georgia could only do one of those two things.
Correct.
But here we are now, week 11, Clint, and things are beginning to. I heard a national analyst conversation.
Here we go.
Where now, to be fair, they ended up saying we'll take the field. Like that was their answer. To be fair. But they entertained a conversation about who you would take, Ohio State or the field in this college football playoff. As if Ohio State is even unanimously thought of as the best team overall. Not to mention better than the odds of any other team winning. Ohio State might not even be the best team in college football.
In their
own conference.
I just want to remind the people, maybe since SEC, we get very tunnel vision. I understand.
Yeah.
Here are the opponents. Texas.
Yeah.
Grambling State. Ohio. Okay. Washington.
And now they get into conference play, so the level from Grambling State and Ohio is going to significantly elevate, I assume?
Washington.
No.
Minnesota.
No, not no.
Illinois, who, by the way, is atrocious this year.
Bert,
Wisconsin. How's it going for you,
Bert? Oh, worse than Illinois, notably.
Penn State.
Oh,
fired coach.
I think we know what's happening there. Yeah.
Purdue.
Okay, big drum. Not good team.
UCLA.
Okay.
In front of 257 people. And then Rutgers.
It's the worst schedule I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not joking. That's
the schedule.
To be fair, it's not their fault that the Big Ten is absolute garbage. But they avoid Oregon, Indiana, USC, all the decent teams in the Big Ten. Ohio State doesn't have to play any of them.
So is Ohio State bad? I don't know.
No one knows.
Are they the best team in college football? I don't know, and you can't say otherwise. You can't tell me you know.
Reason. Let me just give a take.
Okay.
There's no reason Ohio State should be ranked ahead of Indiana. None.
Indiana should be
zero reason. What's a better win, on the road at Oregon or at home against Texas? Oh, gee, let me think hard about it. It's not even close.
Oregon's a better team than Texas.
Way better team, and they won on the road, instead of at home. What? There's zero reason that in a credible ranking system that Ohio State would be ranked ahead of Indiana. None.
You don't hate Texas law enforcement enough, by the way. Thanks, A&M, for shoving a player because you were pissed off, trooper.
Okay.
And you don't hate the people of the committee enough.
This committee is
straight up. It's
silliness. It's silliness. Anyway, all right, we're coming back. We got one more number that we want to talk about, but first, these.
when Daniel and I need to get into games, guess where we go? Oh, that's right. Game time.
It's all game
Let's
time.
be real. Getting tickets is a hassle. We might have to find a lake, a van, a hotel. We don't know where we're going to stay, but I do know how we're going to get into the game. And that is with Game Time. Game Time gives us views from the seats and no surprise fees or added stuff at the end of the checkout process. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. Daniel.
Clint.
The people need to know the last number. By the way, hot take. Daniel and I disagree about not many things in life, but on this particular issue, I think we're the furthest apart on anything in the entire world. And that is traditional Thanksgiving meal is trash. And I will take tomahawk steaks, a nice little potatoes au gratin.
Listen to this.
Lobster tail.
Gurf. Is this not enough reason to give basketball a chance? Is this not enough of a reason? Listen to what this talking charcuterie board over here is saying. Just listen to the things that he's saying. Listen to what he's saying about sweet potato casserole and dressing and.
All right. Hey, standing here. Let's focus on the number that you want to talk about, okay?
All right. I am going to give you I'm trying to decide how to phrase this.
You're putting how to frame it, how to understand the absolute historic nature, by the way, that Georgia is currently on as a football team. And I say historic nature because, like we talked about earlier this week, we haven't seen a team do what we're doing this late in the season and flip it on like nobody's business. I haven't seen this before. This is like Top Gun Maverick. Goose Jr. coming through after the whole movie being afraid all of a sudden be like, hey, guess what? I'm really good. Last 20 minutes, let's go ahead and do something. That's what this team is like right now.
My number is 10. Clint.
Okay. 10. We're talking sacks in the last 3 games.
Nope.
We're talking turnover differential.
Nope.
We are talking.
One more guess.
We're talking sacks given up all year by Georgia's offensive line.
No, you're stuck on sacks. It's an offensive number. We're leaning into the offense here.
Okay.
10. 10 is the number of players that will, without any difficulty whatsoever, eclipse 100 yards receiving for this Georgia team this season.
That's a made-up stat.
10 different players. 10 different players will finish the season with over 100 yards receiving. The only thing required is that Lawson Lucky get 13 more yards and Chauncey Bowens get 20 more yards in 2 remaining games. This is just in the regular season. Clint. Georgia's got 8 guys currently over 100 yards total on the season. Georgia doesn't have a single player with 60 catches this year. Not a single one. Zachary Branch with 59. Colby Young, 23. Dylan Bell, 20. London Humphreys, 18. Oscar Delp, 17. Cash Jones, 15. Chauncey Bowens, 13. Noah Thomas, 12. Lawson Lucky, 11. Nate Frazier, 8. This Georgia offense is so underappreciated, and it all comes back to one man, and his name is Michael Bobo. And he has caused you to put your foot in your mouth and prove without a doubt what a profound idiot you are. This Georgia offense
Full
is
stop.
cooking at a rate that, yes, it's fun when Devontae Smith sets records for Alabama in a Mickey Mouse COVID year that doesn't count and wins the Heisman Trophy that doesn't count.
Good for you.
It's fun when things like when, Nick Chubb rushes for 1 billion yards and dominates college football. Georgia doesn't have anybody like that on their team. Nobody even close to that on their team. Georgia's going to have multiple backs with over 650 yards rushing in the regular season. And Georgia's going to have 10 guys with at least 100 yards receiving. No, they're not going to have a 1,000-yard receiver. No, they're not going to have a 1,000-yard back. They got Gunnar Stockton, and they got the best play caller in all of college football, absolutely cooking defenses.
He didn't stutter.
Why would I need to?
You don't need
it's
to.
right there on the field.
It's literally, my eyeballs are telling me, Dan, I'm going to add to this 33%. I'll give you 33%. Daniel?
33%?
33%. Which,
what is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the number of catches in which Noah Thomas converts to points.
Yeah.
1 in 3 catches is a touchdown.
Yeah.
For Noah Thomas.
Yeah.
It was 20%,
by the way,
25% last year. No, 33%.
By the way, 6 guys with a rushing touchdown this year.
6 with rushing, 10 with over 100.
No, 11 with receiving touchdowns this year. Who are you going to guard? Who are you going to take out of the play? How many defenders do you have? I'm curious.
This is why it's so important as of late that we have 3. I'm done trying to mamby-pamby. 3 elite corners on our team.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's pair them up across the board. Wingo, Texas. Okay, great. We took away everything. Wingo didn't fry us against Texas.
No, he did fall down a lot though, which was
fell down.
Fun for him.
Weisner did not smoke us.
No.
Indiana might be, and this is I'm coming over to your side, Dan. Indiana might be the most terrifying because they are far more balanced and can run the ball.
And their defense is really good. Their defense is good.
Their defense is exceptional.
I think Indiana's the best team in college football. I check back on the conference championship locks week, and I will be taking Indiana on the money line.
Oh my gosh. Guys, can we just, again, one more
time? What are we going to get on that money line? Indiana money line plus 180 in the conference championship game? Plus 180? As long as Ohio State doesn't defecate the bed and lose to Michigan again. Surely they wouldn't lose to Michigan with a true freshman quarterback. Clint, not this Ohio State team. Not like this. Surely they wouldn't. Ryan Day beat Michigan once in his career. Once, right?
Oh my gosh. Guys, he is Daniel. I am Clint. We'll be back all week long talking about the ramifications of this Charlotte game, as well as looking forward to Georgia Tech, as well as talking about the landscape of college football.
Are you going to lay 44.5 points against Charlotte? That's the question we'll be asking on the next episode.
Come back then. We'll see you guys then. Enjoy it, and we'll talk then.
See ya.